We are live, y'all.
What's up?
I don't know why it's not showing now.
It's showing you trying to play it?
Oh, it was playing?
No,
Oh,
it's not playing.
because I had to stop sharing, right? So like what would fall man. Yes. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Uce Podcast. Live on Facebook, YouTube, and eventually on TikTok. But we was live on TikTok earlier today, baby. Riverside FM.
Powered by Riverside.
One day, one day when you start Talafalava, and welcome back to another live episode of the Uce Podcast. I am Moafanua, and we got Ely here with us. And we rolling, cuz. We are all up and live, man. We're just going to jump right to it. Today's two topics we're going to talk about. Of course, Kendrick Lamar just taking over the social media world. We don't know how long that's going to take, but you've seen us post it on all our social media. That's why we haven't been posting any content. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense. Doesn't add up. The math ain't mathing. If you're gonna try to put content out there, and it's gonna be just drowned by Kendrick Lamar and whatever topic that they're covering. You know what I mean? So it's pretty interesting. Second one, and we're gonna close it out with Tulsi Gabbard. Congratulations, she made it. You know what I'm saying? I would like to think that the White House has something to do with it, but you know what I'm saying? Who are we kidding, yo? You never know. Only she can confirm that. So, Tosi, if you're hearing this, we would love to bring you onto the platform and let's talk about it, man. What's up, Billy? How's your day going?
It's going good. Cold as hell up here in the northwest, but it's going. Little icy winds, but probably not as cold as where you're at.
I don't know what the temperature out here is, but I believe it's in the below 30s. But
Below 30s. Damn.
yeah, that's standard. But got the running nose, so excuse me if y'all can hear me, hitting that. What is it when your nose is running? Well, what's the proper term for that? When you have a running nose, you're kind of like whatever. What do you call that? Sniffle. When I got the sniffling thing going on, I apologize for the audio. And if you hear some, I'm downstairs in the basement, so if the audio ain't crisp, I apologize. We're at an Airbnb out here in Illinois. I keep forgetting the name of this place, Lake something, Lake Silver Lake, something like that. So it's a Navy base out here. I believe it's up north, further north of Chi-Town, Chicago.
It's a nice Airbnb there.
Shout out to the Airbnb once we get approval. You know what I'm saying? Put you on the map. Let everybody know this is a great one. And you know what? Speaking of Airbnb, these are one of the Airbnb that everything is fully the complimentaries, the towels. Because some Airbnbs that we've been to, they've been very cheap on it. But that's another topic. We'll talk about Airbnb some other
What we
time.
got going on?
Man, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar, man. That man has been the talk of the show. It's almost as to where it's kind of.
It
I
took
mean,
over social media.
yo,
That young cat took over all platforms. And after watching, during the halftime show, I was like, oh boy, a lot of people will be talking about this. Like we talked about earlier off air last night. It's it's 50-50. People either like it or don't. People get the message or don't. For me and for myself, I was watching. I don't know who he is. I just know of him. Never listened to his music. But when hearing the music, I'm like, oh, I hear this on TikTok. They're using this, for. So, of course, I take it because my generation, or I just haven't been listening to updated music. The only updated music I'll know is when I'm on TikTok and listening, but I didn't find it too entertaining. Um, that's just my personal take on it. I was just like, man, it's cool. Until I got to the last part, I was like, oh, that's pretty dope, and I kind of got the whole gist of it, saw the message, and then when I read up afterwards, people were explaining. I was like, ah, okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Everything started connecting. The X, the O's, and the triangles, and what he was saying, and the disc records. But to me, it wasn't entertaining for me. But I know there's a deeper message, so I'm not going to disregard that because it meant a lot to a lot of folks. But I'm used to growing up watching all the Super Bowls. I'm used to, like watching artists like Michael Jackson, uh, Prince, and then I mean even Katy Perry. I knew who Katy Perry was. I mean, her take on it was entertaining to me. And then you have Beyonce. I was like, Beyonce too. It's like, Then you have Bruno Mars. I was like, oh yeah, different performances. It just depend on your personal preference. So that was my take on it. But just learning more of what the message he was putting out there, I was like, okay, pretty dope. But I was like, that's not kind. I'm not used to that seeing that on the Super Bowl halftime show. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. The initial reaction was to me, if it was, a rating from 1 to 10, I would have gave it like a 1 because I was not entertained, simply because it's not my vibe. But after this whole week, because it's been a week now since the Super Bowl, right? It's almost like social media has put me on game or has made me understand that side of. Some like to call it the political move. Some like to call it that he was throwing out a message. Whatever it is, the message was out there. Like I said earlier when we had this discussion, that I didn't realize that the stage was set as a video game control, so
Mhm.
that as an artist, the whole however the whole setup was cool, and some of the main video reviews like T Pain had like over 1 million for the past 3 days that he posted his reaction, and you know understanding hearing from T Pain's point of view as an artist, and the simplicity that Kendrick Lamar did was amazing because it was very simple, but the message was strong. And a guy that only had like three moves, three dance moves, for the entertainment,
Mhm.
to make it entertaining. So after watching those kind of stuff, and I'm like, wow, it made me what now take away the fact of what we're used to and accustomed to for a Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah.
It changed my rating score when it comes to
Mhm.
critiquing it, as far as like, wow, this guy is very creative because he was. I know him as a storyteller. I know him that he's not a flashy kind of guy, and I love the way he represented LA because that is LA swag, simplicity, clothing wise. But man, it popped. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, it's so cool. It's cool for. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar for bringing out the West Coast, representing the West Coast for who we are as Californians, and just reminding the world of the different skill set when it comes to music and how you entertain. Another one was what's his name, Samuel L. Jackson, being
Yeah.
Uncle Sam. You know what I'm saying? Like portraying that, like as we know, it just reminds me of like there was different times, whether it was on the circle, the triangle, the square, or the X. How he was coming in, he's like, you know what? You need to like, do you even know how to act in public? I'm just paraphrasing it, but and then the way Kendrick Lamar was able to review, like, yeah, I can be polite, and that's how it came out. Be humble, sit down, like playing different kind of roles. And after watching all that stuff, I'm like, okay, I got to give it up to the young buck, man. That was a type. Like I said, it had to be a different lens and coming and watching it for what it was.
Oh yeah. I got schooled on it because got educated. and I appreciate it. The first thing that popped out of my mind when I first saw him, man, the jeans were lit. I was like, check out them bell bottom jeans. I was like, ooh, that's tight because I'm used to seeing those back in the days. That was the style. I mean, even before the '70s, but during our time too. And I was like, wow, I haven't seen a guy rock him like he did. I was like, it's been a minute. And then the jacket, dude, the jacket was hella tight. The jacket, it took me back to it was like those motorcycle riders, had, and even his gloves, down to his gloves, because that's all I was checking out. And then his little dance moves, like you were saying, it was simple, but he just did his little swerve, every time. Then he'll talk, and then he'll just do all this again. I was just like, okay, but still, I wasn't entertained, but I thought that was tight. And then when Serena Williams came out, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, is that really her? And I looked, I was like, yep, because I remember her doing a little sea walk and stuff. And I was like, okay, okay. I got excited when I saw that, but then after that, I'm like, okay, what else you got? But after listening to different podcasts, different views from other people, I was like, oh, okay. So the message was, I knew there was a message, but I was just like, kind of not even. I think I was just interested at the time because I was just ready to be entertained different, but not knowing that, hey, there's a message in here. Basically you got to look for it. But those who are up to it, who already know how cool Kendrick Lamar and what type of artist he is, they already knew it was coming. So props to him. Props to Serena Williams who came out there, and I know some people are like saying stuff that they don't agree with her coming out like that, but the fact that he had two of his exes on there, Drake, the guy who was dissing, I was like, ah, dang, that's some deep scars right there.
The guy was petty, that's for sure, man. Talk about petty 101. You got Kendrick Lamar's picture on it, man. That's crazy. I know the whole Serena Williams thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know one of the main people that called that out was what's his name, Stephen A. Smith, and then he also addressed the issue. Like, I want to say within 24 hours or whatever, but to the point of that, it's just like as a man, if that was, if it was his wife doing that to his ex to perform and stuff like that. Of course, he had backlash. People talking about it. No, she was there to support their friends. They're from the same city, from the same streets. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff was just, like I said, it created a lot of news. That's what it is. It created a lot of news. What am I doing right now? I am trying to see what is the population of where is Kendrick Lamar's fan base at? Like, what is the total amount? Is it within the stratosphere of network? Oh, no wonder why. Fan. How do we do that? Fan base. Kendrick Lamar's fan.
I'm sure his fans everywhere. It's not just based out of. Ooh, excuse me.
Correct. See, the two are close. Frequent collaboration. Anyways, I can't find the answers for that. I know he's got a big fan base of his own in the rap world, and I know he represented his fans to the fullest. Because you do have a lot of those people that love rap as lyrical, where it's also it can be a statement of fighting for your rights and stuff like that. Then you have those who uses rap as an art for pure entertainment. I think that's what we were looking forward to, was for the entertainment part, which initially, I still say that I was not impressed with the halftime show, but after listening to all these other people talking about and explaining more into depth what it meant, it was cool. It was cool. But overall, yeah, I guess the question is, Queen, do we want to see more of that kind of stuff during the NFL halftime shows or not? Where's your opinion with that?
I really don't care. 'Cause, you know, because you're trying to draw different crowds, and it's not the same crowd all the time. Like us, like well me, I'm used to different. I was expecting something different, but that's just because it's not entertaining to me. Doesn't mean it's not entertaining to someone else. But my opinion is I really don't care. You know, the even though they don't get paid, I believe doing the Super Bowl halftime show. I don't know. Somebody correct me, but I really don't care. I mean, because they're just entertaining their fans, and their fans loved it. I mean, how many shows? I think there is over 130, or maybe he had more people viewed on this halftime show. Over 135. I'm not sure how much millions, or 140 million. I'm not sure, but people were entertained and people weren't. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. But it's very
Yeah.
entertaining because everybody had these little clips of this, how they gonna going into work, after Super Bowl, how they be walking, strutting in. We even got our own Dr. Tui going into her office with the little Kendrick Lamar dance.
Hey,
That was a cute one.
when you know. If you do social media content, you know that is the vibe right now. Who knows how long? My thing is, I want to know how long this is going to be. Like how long this trending music is going to be. First of all, They Not Like Us has been trending the whole 2024. And the fact that the man has just wiped out the whole industry of music with these awards, the man just out, he beat Taylor Swift and he beat Beyonce. That's just volume itself, right? On top of that, then he comes on the halftime show, and of course, this number one record that everybody knows and that they were tuning into, it was a diss track. I don't think a lot of people that are not in tune with hip hop understand that that's what the message. It was a diss track, and it broke records. So kudos to Kendrick Lamar. Do I want to see? For me, going back to the question, do I want to see more shows like that? Me personally, no, I don't. Why? Because I love to watch entertainment. That's what it is. I tune into football to watch football games, and I tune into the halftime show to watch some exciting stuff that I like. I don't want to hear no political or throwing messages out there. It's just for pure entertainment. I think that's where I'm getting at. And after talking to young Uce, he was entertained. He gave it a 200 over 10. So and that no knocks onto everybody that likes that kind of stuff. That's just my own personal opinion. I don't want to see nothing like that anymore because it's there's a platform for every single one of those stuff. And of course, probably gonna get a lot of hate mail on that one, but that's just where I stand at. It's what I'm used to. Sometimes you gotta have order and stuff. It's like when you go to church. You go to church for that reason. You go to court for a reason. You go to the hospital. Every sector in this world has a platform for its reason. And to me, halftime
So we gotta
shows for
play by
pure
the rules.
entertainment.
We gotta play by the rules.
Yeah, that's
That
all
was
it
too
is.
ghetto.
No,
Like Samuel L. Jackson said. No, no, I'm just repeating.
yeah,
You know, you gonna play by the rules? Be humble. Be
yeah.
humble.
Be humble. And that's where I'm at with that. You know what I mean? Because to me, then it goes back to the question like I asked you yesterday. Did his message, did it get delivered to the right people that him and the group of them that wanted to point out this message? What was the message about? Let me ask you that. Do you even know what the message was about? What was his message besides
I
being
only know
dissing
what
Drake?
people putting out there. Oh,
And what was the
the
message
dissing Drake
overall?
wasn't the big message, but that's
What was
all
the big
people
message?
focused on. I don't know what those people talked about. You heard what's his name talking about it? Stephen A. You watched his clip,
Yeah,
and he talked about it. I didn't watch his clip. Other people talked about it. About the red right. Yeah, he became patriotic by playing the game. Then it's separated. Each color represented something. Like I said, the message was there and deep, but I wouldn't even know how to explain it because I only watched it. But I didn't retain it. But it appears like everyone was too focused on the whole diss thing, which was cool, to everybody. But they're like they gotta focus on the message. So his message got out to the right people, to the people that he wanted to, and I'm sure you got a lot of people upset about the message, upset that he used it as used that platform to send his message. Then you have viewers like yourself who says they're there to entertain, they're there to get paid. Just like when you mentioned, I meant last night about when you pay to play football, we're there to watch football. We're not there to see you, you know,
Political
talk about
movement. Yep, yep.
political things. And because you're paying money, and I see it from your side. But people gonna do what they gonna do. You can't control them, right? So, I mean, is he gonna get fined? No. you know.
Is
Um,
he going to get a lawsuit? Because that was another thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
mhm.
another thing they were talking about was that whole battle thing. But going back to add on to what you were saying was that it was called the 40 acres of mule. That's what I was trying to say. 40 acres of mule had something to do with Abraham Lincoln. I don't know which president it was allegedly right there. After the Civil War, formerly enslaved black people were promised 40 acres of and a mule as a form of reparation. This promise was part of a special field order number 15 issued by the Union General William, I don't know, Sherman in 1865, which aimed to redis- redis- redistribute Confederate land to black people. However, after President Abraham Lincoln assassination, his successor, Andrew Johnson, overturned the policy and returned the lands to its former Confederate owners. This broke promise not only shattered hopes but also contributed to system racial and economic equalities. So, man, after reading that kind of part, okay, I see that. But at the same time, to me, it didn't make sense to try to put out these messages like Colin Kaepernick doing the one knee in an NFL because the NFL people tune into, people pay TV shows, cables just to watch and entertain. I'm a 40-year-old man who works a 40 plus hours. I did not pay to hear your political view on a sport that I want to see my team, the San Francisco 49er, bum and just kick ass on everybody. I did not pay to watch that. That was my point on all that stuff. You know, that's where I'm at with that one, cuz. But that's good. That's good valid point that you brought up. That was, and then the whole Serena Williams with Stephen A. Smith was talking about. Now you're moving into how petty can you be, bringing somebody's a man's wife up on a stage to do the sea walk, unknowing, and a lot of us didn't even know. I didn't even know that she used to date Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither.
Yeah. And then SZA, these are all the exes. So that the petty. So how are you going to try to come onto the main stage, talk about these, equality stuff, and then here you are at the same time having petty stuff going on at the same time? Does that make any sense to me? Moafanua? No, it doesn't. All you're doing is just like making me look like all the old folks that you see on TikTok. Well, everybody that's in the Generation X just watching, just like, that's what me and my wife, we were just dead. We're just like being supportive adults, supporting our kids as they're entertained. The kids were entertained. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But that's where I'm at with that one, man. That's a good one.
When I first spotted Serena Williams, I was like, whoa, she's out there sea walking. I said, that's what's up. That's dope. My mindset was because I didn't know that was Drake's ex. She repping Compton. That's all. And she having fun out there. That's all I looked at it. You know, because I wasn't educated about that. But even to now, I just look at it. She was just out there having fun. But man, is everybody talking how petty it is? How he really got. I'm just saying that was masterfully planned. Ooh.
I mean, the only better thing right now is Serena Williams just having a divorce with her ex, with her husband right now. Then it'll make sense. You know what I'm saying? for somebody to do that. I don't know. I mean, everybody's different. Like I told you before, that was my wife going up there. Best believe, woman, you ain't coming back to this house. Hell no. You got me fucked up, yo. For real. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just disrespectful, man. What else was it going on there? There was one more thing that the the calculated thing that he did. So we talked about Serena Williams. We talked about the 40 acres and a mule. What else were they talking about? I can't think of it. I think that's all we got on that part.
Well, the whole Sony thing because PlayStation it was a
Oh,
PlayStation
man,
remote
Mickey Mouse,
owned
cuz.
owned by Sony, and who signed Drake.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, go ahead with your bad self.
Talk about petty to the fullest. So the message is, man, go ahead, comment below. Let us know what your take is. That is why Uce's take on the matter of Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar for doing his thing. The young man definitely was entertaining. You know, I may sound contradicting, but I will admit, like, I wasn't entertained at the moment. But after just continuing listening to it, because I gotta say, it takes about almost 6 hours just to get out here from Kentucky to Illinois. Just about 6 hours. Of course, we would bump in Kendrick Lamar because that was a vibe thing. You know what I'm saying? But I see the car. That's a different scenario. You know what I mean? We're talking about the Super Bowl, baby. Super Bowl, it just didn't make no sense to me, myself. You know what I mean?
Even though if I wouldn't have known it's a diss record, that track was dope. Just
Track
the
was
beat
dope.
itself. I'm just like, oh, but people were saying, man, I can't believe he played it. You know, do you really want? What do you want to do? Whatever they were saying. She's like, I don't know. They want to sue me. Da da da. And I'm like, oh boy, it's about to go down.
And of course, nobody can answer, but besides Kendrick Lamar, ain't nobody. I checked out the whole. Well, I haven't really scoped the whole social media of who was able to have the answer. The man was so precise and calculated with his stuff. Everybody was talking about everything, even the his chain, the A. It was a lowercase a. I mean, people, Big Boy Radio was talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just like he did his thing. Like I said, I'm not gonna be putting out like valuable content until Kendrick Lamar thing dies down because he's the talk of the show, and I know that once we post this and I get a whole like I want to be on like the whole picture stuff with his face on it, boom,
Yeah.
it's gonna hit 1,000, guaranteed,
Hmm.
y'all, for real. It's just like if you can't beat them, join them. What do I mean by that? You gotta ride the wave, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hint, hint for the future podcaster who wants to do stuff that we're doing and get to our level. Yeah,
But props to Kendrick Lamar.
Lamar. Hmm.
So I mean, kudos to you for doing your thing. That's what he gets paid for, and look forward to his future music. Now I'm gonna start listening to him more. I mean, he just gained a new fan, even though I wasn't entertained and in the beginning, but learning more and more about it, gained my interest. So you got a new fan.
I know. I'm a fan too, Kendrick. I've always been I like this song like "Be Humble." I've always used to jam that one. But I mean, the young man is just doing his thing, man. So shout out to you, cousin, because it's all love here, man. We're just critiquing it. You know what I'm saying? I hope nobody takes offense to it. But if you do, it's your own opinion to each its own. You know what I mean? But we're gonna move on to that one. Anything else on this one before we move on to the next one?
No, I'm good. Let's go.
All right. Our next series that we're about to jump into, Spotlight, highlighting our small businesses out there, man. Do you have anybody in particular that you want to shout out this week, cousin?
Honestly, I didn't even think about it.
Don't even worry, I got you covered. Shout out to Dr. Tui Laulefue. Yes, baby. Dr. Tui Laulefue is our very own professional doctor who came onto the White House podcast, showcased her talent and spreading out good news of health, weight loss, diabetes, any general medicine, anything that has to do with health. Dr. Tui is your doctor to reach out to. We will be having all her information posted on the link below. And also check her out at olafo.com. Yes, shout out to you, Dr. Tui. Let's go.
Let's go, Dr. Tui.
And thank you for purchasing our product, baby. Yes, we see you.
Yes. Thank you.
Man, cuz our stuff is flying off the rack, yo, for real. Right now, this week, I'm gonna highlight this, guys, because the one that Ely's been rocking, that visor. You know, there's one video where me, you, and Young Uce is dancing. You point out to that one. Everybody's been coughing that up, man. So shout out to everybody that's been buying her visor, Ely's visor, the Uce with the American Samoa flag on it, man. Uh, I gotta give y'all an announcement, man. I hate to say this, but we only got like 10 of those left in stock. So for those 10 that's gonna purchase this one right here, man, go ahead and purchase it. We will make sure we do a shout out to you because after you buy all of that, it's out. We're not gonna order anymore. We're not gonna create anymore. Why? Because there's a reason to this madness. And if you continue to tune into the Uce Podcast, you'll find out as we continue this journey in 2025, baby. So yes, don't forget to cop out the merchandise. It helps grow it helps keep this what we do for you guys, you know what I'm saying, to keep you entertained. Visit our website at uce.com. Everything will be posted at the link below. Let's go.
Let's go.
And as we're continuing on with the sponsorship, this ain't no sponsor. This is just straight up hookup. You know what I'm saying? We also
That's
like
it.
to educate. We also like to educate. Educate is not the word. We like to share information, spread the good news. And the good news today, ladies and gentlemen, is Riverside.fm. This is how we're tuning in. I have a lot of people commenting, DMing us, man. They love it. There are future podcasters. There are current podcasters wondering how y'all keep this rolling, man. Ely's out there in Seattle. I'm out here in Illinois right now. And it doesn't matter where we're going, the lights continue to go. Why? Because Riverside.fm. We'll post everything. The affiliated link is below. Once you click on that, that will help us. We get a small little portion of commission off of it. You know what I'm saying? You can even just go to riverside.fm. I don't care if you get it from them. We just like to share the news because I believe that, when you share the wealth, everybody can eat. And there's so much money to be made, man. So don't be greedy with it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Spread the wealth. Lots of money to be made.
What are the affiliated links that we have? Printful. Printful is where we get all these great stuff. This is order on demand for those that are looking to get their podcast game going, or if you already have a business and you're trying to market your stuff and you can't be able to hold everything in your own house and stuff like that, because that's what me and Edie's about. We ain't trying to have a warehouse at our own place. We're just trying to come home, relax, and then go about our day. Order on demand at Printful. Everything, again, is posted on the link below. Last but not least, all the beautiful short clips that you see, it's from Opus, baby. Opus.ai is
Opus.
where you get it done. And the only way you can get it done and get that Uce flavor to it is if you hit that link below. That's what we're having. For those that are tuning in live, you probably don't see it right now. Duh, because I'm on live, yo. I don't know how to do all that shit right now. But, tune into other channels. We have it on there. You can also see it on our website at www.yuce.com. But that's about it for the updates. Any other updates, cuz, before we move on to close it out?
Yeah, we do have one more. Our mic's right here. The
Oh,
toner.
shoot. Go
Yep.
ahead, cuz.
Go to TikTok. Toner's got an extended arm. Very nice. You can hear us nice and clear. Right now, Moafanua's on the road, so he has his original mic that we started off with. So, you got to start off somewhere. But right now, if you want quality microphones, you get this, the toner. Go to our TikTok, uh, w- not our website, but
Uce.
Wahoo's TikTok, and just click on this. It'll help us out. It'll help support, and sponsor our little gig what we got. So thank you so much, and in advance for getting this mic, for getting the Opus, for getting the River FM, Printful. So everything that Mofanua mentioned earlier.
Let me see. That's not it. That's one
Powered by Riverside FM.
That's the one I wanted to put in there, yo. Powered by Riverside FM. Yeah,
There we
that
go.
toner mic is legit because also for those that are looking into do a podcast, that the toner that we got it for like what, about $80. That's when it dropped down because a lot of times those are like $300 mics. How does China able to get it down to that deal? I don't know, man. That's why we got that whole thing with Trump going ahead and put some like I want to tax now.
Tariffs.
Because, but anyways, that's another topic to talk
Yep,
about,
another
guys.
topic.
I don't even want to dive into it. But before we end it with our closing segment of Tulsi Gabbard congratulating her, our girl has made it. Before that, cause I do want to have a story. Why am I here in Illinois? For
Please
those that
share. Please
Yeah, for
share.
those that are tuning in, man, that don't is not following us or new to the channel. Uce, myself, Moafanua, my niece Emma Molina, just graduated from boot camp for the Naval Academy, and it's out here in shit, not no so no the rivers. This is like somewhere out here in Illinois and stuff. It's not ringing a bell, but we were live today, and shout out to all the support. I'm talking about the military family support. A lot of veterans they jumped on. That was my first experience of actually witnessing 500 plus people live, all at the same time. Because we're a new podcast, and we as we continue to grow, the engagement, watching these audience and just people engaging, just
Yep.
reminiscing about the time that they were there. You know what I'm saying? At this naval base, graduating too, and some of them's been there for 20 years. Some of them was like shy 3 years from retiring, just telling their story. It was why did I go live on there? Because I told you I wanted to showcase. Because my nephew, young White Uce, trying to be a good mentor to my man. You know what I'm saying? He's only 17. He's about to graduate this year, and I want to pave a good way, be a good role model for him. Also to my sons. You know what I mean? And that was the whole point of the intent of going live was to like hopefully reach to an audience out there that seemed like young Wales, 17-year-old, and got no idea what to do. A lot of time we tell our kids, if you ain't got no plans while you're in high school and you're about to graduate, the next best thing to do is join the military. Now there's a lot of stigma that's saying, oh man, you're going to war. But that's not what I promote. That is not what I promote to my kids. The promotion is because my family was able to benefit from being a military family. You know, being in this middle class is because of military. That's what the military, the U.S. military has done for my family, is be able to provide for us into where we can see the world. Infantry is not the only way to go. It teaches you skill level stuff, especially when you're a lot of kids. I remember when I was in high school, I never thought that far, and I'm sure there's a lot of children that doesn't think ahead. You don't. I feel like a lot of people don't think ahead until they hit their mid 30s or 40s. There's only a very few that's already has a plan. I could be wrong, but the point is was to hopefully that one or two, if I can get one person to feel the impact and feel the pride and feel like, oh wow, that's something that I want to do and sign up for it, then I've done my job. You know what I'm saying? As why it was going live on TikTok. Little did I know, cousin, that it also impacted the community of folks that are in the Navy and family members. There's sons, daughters, mothers, fathers talking about their kids, talking about their siblings. You know what I'm saying? What the Navy has done for them and their family, the impact that it does. And it was just such a surreal thing and an experience that I myself experienced. Because my job there and then was just to make sure that I capture the moment for those that are tuning in. And that's what you will get from the YO's live. Especially Ely. Ely's always on the live. She be going to all these different events, and that's what we do, our due diligence to do our best to create the moment that you're not able to be there while you're sitting at home, wherever you're at, whether you're working out at the gym or you're at work, you're able to tune into YO's live. You will see us do our best to capture these moments for you guys. It was crazy because we also had a lot of people that were kept on trying to wanted me to make them the moderator because TikTok Live has that where you can moderate and stuff.
Uh
I
huh.
had to deny those folks because I wasn't. First of all, I didn't know how to do it. Second of all, you know what I'm saying? We had to be protective of our content. We're not trying to just push people aside. Nah, man, our job is to promote positivity and to see this sector of life. You know what I mean? So it was an emotional moment and full of pride. It was such an experience that definitely want. I can't. I'm looking forward to it with young YOs, and I'm also looking forward to it for my son. You know what I'm saying? Next year. So it's something I hope my son. I'm glad that I capture it so I can show my son who's going to graduate next year to see like this is what you can be too, son. If you know if that's the route that you want to go, and that's on to the kids at home. Not only that, there's a lot of us that are young adults in our 20s that what I'm saying that struggles and stuff like that. If you ain't got no plan, military is such a great way. Why? Here's the benefits of it. One, you're serving your country. That's the one thing that you should stand by and be proud of. Defending your country. Two, it shows you a structure. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's not for everybody, but at least gives you some kind of, what am I trying to say? Like a structure, like where some kind of guidance, and then the rest is up to you as an individual to run with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what the military does. And for those that have never been anywhere else but your own little area, it's a great place for you to go travel the world. You know, yes, there's wars, there's all these stuff that goes on, but there's also a lot of good stuff too that comes from joining a family of military because you have a lot of support. And the Navy people showed up. They showed
Yeah.
up on TikTok Live. Shout out to y'all. 7,000 to be exact. Showed up, sharing the live. Shout out to you guys all. Thank you to Coach, who's been monitoring freely, answering people's questions, because I had no idea. That was my first time over there, so I did not know. It was pretty cool how the audience were like, yeah, make sure you turn your camera to the door, the roll-up door, because that's where they're going to be marching in. Oh, can't wait till the drums start running. It ended up being like a drumline thing going, cuz I was like, yo, this thing is lit. It was like that was a halftime show to be at, to be honest with you, for real.
You were able to capture that moment for those who came onto the White House Live, and you let them relive their moment,
Yes.
their memory, and then to think about their children and the nieces and nephews. And there's a lot of people graduating right now, and I'm glad that you were able to go live and share that special moment because it's a lot of pride. And you probably felt it through because everybody, the community was there. you know there's the different branches, but for it to be the Navy, you had all your Navy brother and sisters on there, and for them to guide you exactly play by play what's going to happen. And you had moderators you didn't even know you had. So that was really really nice. I can tell that just by you sharing the story with me earlier and now, that it was very special. And people were just you allowed people to come and relive everything, and just relive the pride and continue to have the pride serving our country. So, you know, and that's what we're all about. We're here to uplift our community, showcase what's out there, and this is just one of the options that are available for our young ones. That if you don't know what to do, or don't want to go to school, don't want to be an entrepreneur, or whatever, this is another way of you know going through life. So why Uce is all about this, man. We love to share with our community, highlight our folks, not only the Pacific community, but look, we got military family now. All walks of life. Um, we're global. That's us. We like to get everybody involved. You know, it takes a village to raise people. So we're that village. We're going global with this village.
For real, man. For those that have been following the Wiles, y'all know who Emma D is. You know what I mean? She's a true, beautiful, young content creator. Eventually, she's still undecided. And that's the beauty of it for the young ones. You know what I'm saying? It's giving them the opportunity. Like, hey, you got a gift. Showcase yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody in this world tell you left or right. If you feel like that's your gift, because sometimes I feel like the ones that don't talk a lot, that they're not like what's the word? The introverts. I feel like introverted people are the ones that are really great at content creating because they just were able to speak their truth and whatever they want to share. And that's what it was with that one, man. But before we carry on, man, I just want to share this little experience because the last to close out this conversation was I was on live for 3 hours, almost 4 hours, and the phone was about to die. I had like 5% left. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point to where the audience were like, "Hang in there. Are you able to catch?" I forgot what it's called, where the guy would be like, "It's time to go see the family and stuff." I'm like, "Man, I'm trying to capture that moment." You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? Instead of us hitting the likes, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna send you some energy for your battery." I'm like, "Oh, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the faith." You know, they're like, "It's
Oh, that's
almost
what's up.
there. We're almost there. We're almost there." You know, and then it's like it got to the closeout part where I think it was the one
Is it
star.
like the tap out where you go and
The
tap
tap
them?
out. Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Navy one, they call it something different. I forgot what it's called. It's not a tap
Oh,
out. It's like where the guy be like something. He calls it. I forgot what it's called, but I'm sure the Navy
wow.
folks is gonna post it below the link. What it's called. But it felt like a teaser because the main whoever the command was up there doing his speech, and then somebody's like, "Oh, typical them. They want to shine and tell the world of who they are and stuff instead of just close out the ceremony already." I'm like, "Yeah, he needs to hurry up because I only got 3%. We're down at 4% or 3%." So I'm there under pressure, and I'm just like, "Man, this will suck if the live just ends like this," because I really want to capture the moment. Because also, Emma D's mom wasn't able to make it. You know what I'm saying? So only dad made it to the show, but Emma D's mom had to stay back, right? And a good thing, a great thing about it, Sis was on the live. I'm like, "Sis, I got you, man." So you're tuning. So imagine as a parent, right, not able to make it to your own baby stuff. You're far away. You're 1,000 miles away, and the only thing that you can rely on is a live. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I experienced that because Ely be on the family live that she's always attending. I'm not able to make it to, whether it's a wedding, whatever event it is. I appreciate Ely for going live on Facebook for us so I can tune in and watch. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not there at the moment, but every time I see stuff like that, that's why I take it upon myself. Like, man, I'm gonna be selfless, and I'm going to enjoy with the audience that I want tuning in because they can't make it there for their loved ones. There was brothers and sisters who were rooting for their own siblings that was graduating, but they couldn't make it. So a lot of people were just grateful. You know what I mean? And everybody was holding on. Somebody even said like, "Can you go to, I think it's called the platoon 096?" And I looked into the crowd. Oh, I see them. I'm
Uh
like,
huh.
"Am I able to zoom in?" They're like, "You might be able to zoom in." So I started, "Oh, I can zoom in." So I'm just like letting the people control the narrative. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And the beautiful thing, why am I talking about that, guys? Because at the end of it, I was able to make it to the end where we were able to go see Emma D. And that was an emotional moment for Pops, her dad, and them. I was just overwhelmed, excited that I didn't. I'm sure if I wasn't on live, I probably would have shed some tears too. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I was just excited that the iPhone was able to hold on, you know what I'm saying, and capture this moment, it got me so much joy to know that, you know what I'm saying, we did our part, cousin. And let me see if I can play that video for everybody so they can see what we're talking about here. I'm just going to play that little part right there. See if we can play a little bit back where they called it. You able to see that?
Parking lot.
Yeah.
See?
She's
We shall
smiling.
Yeah.
work at the conclusion of today's ceremony with your families for naturalization ceremony. Thanks again to each and every one of you for joining us on this
And that's where we're like, "Man,
memorable
hurry up." Everybody on the comment,
Mhm.
"Shut up, I already call it."
without further delay.
Let's go.
Can you turn it down a bit?
Liberty Call. It's
There you
called
go.
Liberty Call. Liberty Call. You see
Oh.
everybody rush. So the naval, they call it Liberty Call. You see everybody bum rushing down, man. Go, baby. Come on. Everybody's running, yo, run. Go. Hold on, Mama's hand. Let's go, baby. Watch your step, Mama. Just waiting for this one. Keep going. All right. Come on, honey. The whole family trying to find her, and I knew exactly where she was at. Yeah. I was like, I'm going straight to her. What? Start bum rushing everybody. Like, get out the
Yeah,
way.
you're going straight to her.
Yeah. There she goes. Where's my niece, everybody? Tell your highlight. 400 people on here, y'all. That's my niece right here. Say hello to your mom. Your mom's on too. Congratulations. All right, y'all. 3% and we made this, y'all. We made it, y'all. Yeah, man. Shout out to Emma D. You know what I'm saying? She done did it. That's an
Job well done.
accomplishment. Yeah, job well done. Have you ever experienced any of the? Did you make it to Lassie stuff when he made it? When he made it out
No.
there to the Air Force One? I know.
Nah, I wish I did, but I was still in college, had no money, broke when
Did
my
you know
brother
anything
graduated.
about it? Did you know anything about these kind of stuff?
I knew about their graduation, boot camp graduations, but I wasn't able to make my brother's.
Did you know that it was like this impactful? You know what I'm saying? For guys
No.
like I didn't know that too, and that's the kind of moment that I wanted to capture to the world. The importance of supporting your family, your loved ones who makes this decision to defend our country. And they do America does such a beautiful thing for our children, for our soldiers, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody out there.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Our next segment is the good old Tulsi Gabbard. Born in American Samoa, Lealoa Village, and raised in Hawaii. She just got. Why did I go brain fart?
She just
She's
got
just.
like the what is it, the second
They confirmed her. They confirmed her. Yep. For the director of the National Intelligence. Dude, this is huge. This is the the most high prestigious position that a Samoan has ever taken within the United States. Tulsi Gabbard, job well done. I'm extremely excited for her. Even though there's a lot of negative talk, still people calling her spy, so forth. I just put out all the negative stuff, but the fact that she is from our island and she's still serving reserve. Was it Army, right? Lieutenant Colonel,
Yes.
and she's been to what twice to was it? Oh my gosh,
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan twice. Yeah, I just been following her for a long time, and I'm just extremely happy and see that her accomplishments. And so, my hat off to you, Tulsi. Congratulations. A lot of people, our own people, didn't even know that she was Samoan until it
Yeah.
got more popular. And I think one of our post people were like, "Man, we didn't know she was Samoan." It's like, it's our girl. Congratulations.
And to add on to that, I mean, that just go exactly to what I was talking about. What can the military do for you? Tulsi Gabbard did put her time in and served our country. Now she has been appointed to a pedigree of a position that will help our country out. So for those that didn't, and she's an island girl, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's half, she's mixed. Besides that point, is again, that's for me advocating for the benefit of military because I get too much stigma of like, oh, and that's Samoans. Just as a Samoan, I hear that all the time. Oh, that's not a good place to go. That's the only people only choose to go to military because they got no background, they got no other idea. To me, I'm like, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about because if you want to be a governor or if you run into one of these big high positions, having military being a veteran plays a big role on your resume. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the kind of stuff that a lot of these high power people in this world help. That's why they put their children to military. You can go back into history. You got the king and queens of themselves, the ones in United Kingdom, Britain. Prince Harry and all of them. They all served. Why did they serve, you fucks? Because there's a political move. There is a strategy when it comes to that. It teaches you leadership. It teaches you different leadership roles that you alone cannot just learn from your families. You know what I'm saying? Why am I going with that? Because I'm just telling you, there's a play with all this. You got to go through all these tough careers or even experience in order to become a potential great leader in whatever field that you're going to decide to go to. You know what I mean? But man, I'm so proud of seeing that she was able to succeed because you mentioned that on our previous episode that man, our girl is one of the ones that it looks like it's a 50-50. So, kudos to everybody that stood by her. PBD, Joe Rogan, all the podcasters, shout out to y'all for holding our girl down. I like to even feel like the Uce has something to do with it too by putting our voices out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, the Uce, the coconuts out there reposting our messages and stuff like that, letting everybody know
Hell
that,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Our girl
Hell
is not
yeah.
a spy. She ain't a spy, man. You know what I'm saying? So the position, do you know anything about the position, cousin? You know anything about this position that she's going into?
No subject matter expert. All I know is she's just gonna be in charge of a lot of sensitive information. That's all I can say.
Because I want to put our people on game. Let me see here. Let me see what I can pull up. Relate to Manek. Let me ask Manek from the PBD, yo. Tulsi Gabbard's position, yo. That way we can all get informed, see what this is all about. As of February 12, which is yesterday, Thursday, Tulsi Gabbard serves as a Director of National Intelligence, DNI, in President Donald Trump's administrations. The U.S. Senator confirmed her appointment with a 52-48 vote, largely along party lines, with Senator Mitch McConnell
Who
being
didn't vote
the
for her?
only Republican to oppose her nomination. In her role as a DNI, Gabbard oversees all 18 U.S. intelligence agencies and served as a principal intelligence advisor to the president. Nice. Her confirmation marked a significant shift in her political journey, transitioning from a Democratic congresswoman to a Republican and supporter of President Trump. Gabbard's nomination was met with both support and criticism. Supporters highlighted her military services and committed to national security, while critics expressed his concerns over her past statements regarding foreign policies and her limited experience in intelligence operations. So prior to her appointment, Gabbard served as a U.S. representative for Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District from 2013 to 2021, and has held the rank of Lieutenant Colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve since 2021. Everyone, if you're watching this, man, go ahead and salute, stand up, bust a chi-hoo for our girl Tulsi Gabbard for doing what she did, man, holding it down. And that's another good thing to learn from there, y'all. As a leader in her role, it's okay to jump ship. It's okay to pivot. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to just follow your leader, and if they go off the freaking cliff, you go with them. No, sometimes when you see that your leader is fucking up, sometimes it's good to pivot. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
To
exactly
each
what
his
she
own.
did. That's
That's
exactly what
it
she
is.
did. She didn't like what was going on in her party. She felt that it wasn't going the way that she, believed that it should. So she said, "Okay, time to change, time to make this change," and she did. And the big change, I mean, it paid off for her. Look at her now, from a congressman in the Democratic Party, and she stepped down and she took a little break. She ran for president, and then now look where she's at now. Now you just got more experience now. I mean, people are already asking her, wanting her to run for president next term. You know, JD, her vice president, her president or whoever. But yeah, her pivot, her big move paid off. Again, congratulations, Tulsi Gabbard. Why Uce is extremely proud, and I know one day that you will be on this podcast with us, talking to us, about what you're doing, or maybe after you do your term. But we look forward to having Tulsi Gabbard on Why Uce. I'm gonna speak that into fruition, bro.
Let's go, yo. For real. You said something of valid. it's okay to jump ship, right? Because I lost my train of thought.
That's
But
okay.
let's talk about her. We gotta shine a light on this girl because her culture meets ambition and the world feels. We had this on our current episode. I mean, our previous episode. We talked about highlighting her culture as her being a descendant of Samoa, born in American Samoa, from the hospital Whangalu. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know where that's at, it's a little island, one of the U.S. territories, one of the 6 U.S. territories that America has. And this girl has been brought up from her dad, raised from her parents, who, as me and Ely is, one thing about our culture is loyalty and family. You know that. You see that at entertainment. Somebody like Dwayne Johnson, improviser. Why does it people gravitate towards him? Because of his loyalty, his commitment to work, his commitment to, and obviously a lot of people trust him. Yes, you got your naysayers and stuff like that. Okay, I get it. But overall, there is a reason why you have a lot of these Samoans who are in this leadership. Why people trust them. Somebody like Vince McMahon, for those in the WWE world, understanding the business side of things. Here's a good example is you go to the NFL. You got like Jesse Sapolu for the San Francisco 49ers. The man plays a vital role in that. You know what I'm saying? Why does a franchise that's in a billion worth network trust in a Samoan dude to do a certain critical role for them? His background, his culture plays. Your culture, your race has something to do with your expertise. I mean, that's just my own personal opinion. Are there a lot of leaderships in military that are Samoans? It's the same thing, That's why when they said like, oh, she's a spy, it really hit home for me because I was like, yo, you got the audacity to call us out when we are like the smallest population in the world, defending the one of the most powerful country in the world, and there has never been a data showing Samoans being a spy or jumping ship on the other. I mean, when we signed papers with y'all, whatever year that was, to be a part of the U.S. territory, motherfuckers, we never pivot. You never hear American Samoa complain or bitch about shit. Even though America be fucking us up, it's all right. We still there. You know what I'm saying? Because we know at the end of the day, our work speaks volume. You know what I'm saying? Why am I doing that? Why am I saying it, going out of terms and speaking all this shit? This shit hurts, yo. It comes from the chest. You know what I mean? It's like, I just cannot, a lot of people that talks a lot of shit too on social media are all those that never put your real profile or your face on the damn thing. So for those, if you're going to comment and leave a comment and drop it below, make sure you have your picture on there so I can see who you are. Because I know if you see me face to face, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. If you're going to comment or say something about Tulsi Gabbard on our podcast, make sure you have your real face on there so we can have a conversation and we can invite you on the podcast. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be leaving a comment and it's somebody like an anonymous or a fake picture or somebody like that, I'm not even gonna pay you no attention. I'm not gonna speak for Elite. That's just me, Moafanua. You know what I'm saying? Standing on business, like they always say. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
As you guys can see, my brother is a little fired up right now.
Maybe because he was also the naval graduation.
No, it wasn't. You still high off of the activities you got going on earlier today. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let him be him because he's very passionate what he do, and if you feel like he's coming at you, he is coming at you.
For real, if you feel like your feelings are hurt, then bitch, that's you. You know what I'm saying?
But we ain't gotta call people bitch now. Come on now.
My
I ain't trying to
I'm
lose no
sorry.
viewer. Yeah, you better apologize.
I apologize, bro. I'm hyped. I'm just over elevated, like excited. I'm full of excitement. So
Be all excited all you can be,
yeah.
but we welcome all comments, negatives or good comments. We probably won't even respond to it like you said, but basically let's not be keyboard warriors. But
No, it's
we
cool though. It's cool though. Be a keyboard warrior because I help the algorithm. All you gonna do is help us elevate, yo. So you know what I mean?
that's
But
his call to
disclaimer,
action.
disclaimer. Everything that Moafanua has just said in the past 5-10 minutes ago, yo, that's just my own personal opinion. At that moment, 5 minutes ago. No, I'm cool leveled again. You know what I'm saying? This is live. I'll make sure this won't be a part of the episode of the Wild Podcast.
What you have
Gotta
witnessed
throw the
five
vibe,
minutes
yo.
ago was the passionate side of
Yeah,
Moafanua.
man.
So when my man gets passionate, everything all comes out. So I'm not going to apologize for it because that's transparency. Because
Let
he
him eat
loves
it.
what he
Let
do.
him eat his cake.
Let him eat it all. So, but we're still here for y'all, and I hear you, bro. But man, you still high off of that stuff, and I see the excitement in you, and that's good. That's what we need up in here. And your message is very clear to everybody. Um, don't be messing with one of ours because we all family, blood or not.
For
We
real,
let
yo.
we keep it close, and so we're just very proud of Tulsi Gabbard, for the accomplishment she has done and she is doing, and what she's going to continue to do, for the United States of America, and for being a great role model for women like me, girls who look like her, us Pacific Islanders and Polynesians. So we're just very excited, and that's why my brother Mofanua is extremely excited and passionate.
For real, man. Too
Brothers are
excited, yo.
overprotected when it comes to sisters, so he looks at Tulsi as a sister. So you just witnessed the passionate side.
For real, man. But you know what I'm saying? We're going to close out this segment. Is that all you got on Tulsi Gabbard?
That's all I have.
All right, because our last segment is, what you call that? The vibe, yo.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the motivational pulse here. We like
Motivational
to end
pulse.
it with some positive vibes, um, some words to leave you with, because every time you get into like arguments or whatever, like your husband and wife, you never want to go to bed mad. So you want to leave our podcast. We don't want to leave you mad. We want to leave you with a positive affirmation or some just kind encouragement words. So tonight's words before we leave you is don't give up. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week. Keep going. Keep at what you're doing. Don't stop. Keep it going.
And I'm Moafanua.
And I'm Ely.
Fala, yo.
Powered by Riverside.
And I finally knew how to stop the live. And wait, don't go yet. Don't go yet.